Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave, episode 70. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different episode today. I was going through my stuff like I normally do, and I came across my old comic books that I just kind of had for a very long time. And I was looking at them, and I thought, this would be kind of cool to show, because some of these are just oddball titles or just stuff that probably a lot of people didn't really collect. Yeah, there's some popular ones in here, I'm sure. Popular titles, but I mean, like, when you think of comic books, you always think of like the main superheroes, like the X-Men, Spider-Man, and Superman, Batman. So a lot of the ones I collected were not really that. I did have a few. I can't say I never had any. Like, I do have, something like this, like the Spider-Man, what's this, Marvel Tales featuring Spider-Man. What's this, 1990? Is that when that was? 1990, yeah. So I do have a few. I have a Hulk one. This is like pretty old. This is 1985. 1985 Hulk. I always liked Hulk when I was a kid. Not a big deal. This odd one too. This is like a Spider-Man skating on thin ice. It had to do with like cigarettes, drugs, all that stuff. It's cool. The guy's wearing an Oilers t-shirt or a jersey or whatever. I don't know what this is from. This is from 1990 as well. Who knows where I picked that up. But a lot of what I did collect wasn't always just the Spider-Mans. But so I was just going to show some of the ones that I have and some of the ones that I collected. I bought a lot of these off the shelf when they were new, or maybe I went into the comic book store and I picked up a few. So let's start with another one that's kind of popular, kind of. More popular in the toys and the cartoons, and that would be the Transformers. Now, I love Transformers. I've done a lot of videos on Transformers. So, naturally, I would have picked up some of the comics. And these are kind of cool. Like, this one here, it's like Megatron Returns. That's Megatron blowing away, is that Ratchet? Looks like Ratchet. So, that's pretty cool. This is like, what year is this? Of course, it doesn't want to tell me. Okay, it was $1. And, I have a few other ones here. Optimus Prime and Scorponok side by side. Looks like Optimus Prime was kind of evil there or something. That's kind of cool. I got the price tag there. I paid $2.20 for this. Probably found it in a bin in a comic book store. This one's here is with the Dinobots. Kind of cool. More than meets the eye. And, this one too, another one where Marvel 25th Anniversary. Kind of cool cover. So yeah, I collected my fair share of Transformer comics, and these were probably the ones I would have read the most or looked at the most. Humans are wimps. That's funny. This has the what do they call it? Those twin guys or whatever, the quick changers. That's kind of cool. And another one here. So this got into like the G.I. Joe versus Transformers. A good crossover. I could totally see this actually happening. They could really make a movie out of this. Maybe it's down the pipes. I don't know. And some more. So those are just the Transformers. Transformers. Well, this one Transformers and G.I. Joe. Cool crossover. Made a lot of sense. I mean, it makes total sense that they live in the same world. But yeah, so moving on to a different style of comic book, Robocop. Again, one of my favorite, of the days, 80s or 90s or whatever. I always liked Robocop, and so when I saw that there was a comic book series, I had to get them. I mean, I remember buying them in the stores. This one's number 6. It's kind of neat. Here's number 5, OCP Want You. Got his little interface needle there that he used to kill Clarence Boddicker in the movie. It's a kind of awesome scene. Here's 4, introducing Robocop's baby brother. Okay. I mean, the artwork looks pretty good. I mean, it's better than that Robocop cartoon they came out with. Number 3, Dueling at the Dreamorama. That's kind of weird. I guess they go into his psyche. Kind of neat cover, though. Again. I really like the artwork. That's why I bought a lot of these too. This one's kind of crazy. This is just number 2. How much did I pay for this? $3, I think. Yeah. Kind of a neat cover. Kind of cool. So that's number 2. And I don't even know if I have number 1. Probably didn't. This is another one that I bought. Was pretty interesting. This is an actual adaptation of the movie. So it was like they just basically took the movie and made a comic book into it. It's almost like a graphic novel in a sense, but it's a comic book. I don't know how much I paid for this. I wonder. I don't have a price on there or anything. Maybe it's on the inside. I bet you I would have read this and then sleeved it up and just kind of left it. Now, also with Robocop, the movie, they made a small comic series of the sequel, Robocop 2. So there's 3 comic books you had to buy. I think there was only 3. I don't know if it, yeah, part 3 of 3. So I had to, like, you know, I remember going to the stores and like keeping my eye out for when the next issue would come out because I wanted to make sure I got all 3. And if I didn't, I'm sure I would have picked it up in a comic book store anyways. These probably aren't rare at all, so, you know, it's kind of cool though that they, you know, made a whole comic series on just the movie, on the sequel. And I do remember reading this. I do remember buying them and reading it. And that was back when the movie was, you know, still out. I don't know if there's a date on here, but I think it came out just around the same time. And of course, my favorite superhero, I had to have some Batman. So I did buy some Batman. That one's kind of crazy. The Dark Knight, Dark City. Kind of neat. Batman. This one, Penguin in there. Like I said, I don't think any of these are worth like any kind of money. I mean, they're probably only like $1, or if I'm lucky, you know, $1. These are like your average Batman stuff you'd find in the store. So, you know, nothing uber special about that. But the character of Batman, I've always liked him. I like the movies. You know, some of them anyways. Let's not get into some of those other movies. Another character, and I know I did a video on this, was Dick Tracy, where I did the movie with Warren Beatty. So probably around the time when I liked the movie, I probably picked these guys up just to give the original Dick Tracy a try. That's the evil influence there, crazy looking dude. And we got Mrs. Pruneface. Didn't even know there was a Mrs. Pruneface. Well, now we know. And rounding these off, again, another popular series, this is not like it's that odd, is I bought a lot of Ninja Turtle comics. Because I was really into the Ninja Turtles. And so I'd actually buy these and read them. Again, no real reason for buying them other than just reading them. I didn't really think that I was going to make any money off these guys. But they're kind of cool. I mean, the artwork on them is cool. I like how they're all like $1. I wonder what comic books are today. I haven't actually gone and bought a comic book in years. I don't know who this guy is. I can't remember, but you know, looks kind of crazy. There's the Shredder. The thing I liked about these is it was like pretty much off the original cartoon kind of look. It wasn't like its own. And then there's another. This is like a 3-issue mini-series, I guess. The Shredder looks cool there. This is like a different styling of them. And I mean, you know, there's another one. Right. So there's this whole adventure series going on. Cool artwork. And of course there was this one here. Again, just like the Robocop, they did a Turtles, the movie from the original, from that 1980s movie, not the new one obviously. The original 80s movie, which was cool. So they decided to do a comic book on it. And the funny thing is, I remember when I first bought this, I also bought at the same time a can of that turtle ooze. It was like part of the toy lineup. It was this green slime. And I had them in the same, like I bought this, and then I put it in the same bag as the ooze. And the ooze can opened up and oozed all over the comic book. And I realized it just before I left the mall. I was like, oh, crap. So I had to like go back. I had to throw it out because it was just like all over the cover. It was disgusting. So I just went back to the store and I had to buy another copy. Not expensive though. I mean, what? I paid $2.95 Canadian That's what I would have paid, so probably like $3, three and change. But it was still annoying that my copy got destroyed. It was kind of funny though. My friend was like laughing at me, like, "What are you doing? Why are you putting that crap in there?" And I kind of threw this in with my Ninja Turtle stuff because that's Usagi. Is it Usagi or Usagi? Yojimbo. That's him right there. He appears in the Turtles. So I think when I saw this, I'm like, hey, that guy's in the Ninja Turtles cartoon for a bit. So I grabbed that. It's, you know. Okay, and then so that's just like the Ninja Turtle ones, and you know, those are pretty popular. But I do have some other odds and ends ones that I'd like to kind of show off here. This one is Married with Children. Believe it or not, they made a Married with Children comic book. If you don't know what Married with Children is, it was a sitcom that ran through the 80s and I think into the 90s about just about a dysfunctional family, pretty much. Starring Ed O'Neill. Today he's in a new show, a modern show called Modern Family. But in this show, Al Bundy was his character, and he was just the best lines, the best jokes. That's Kelly Bundy right there. I probably only bought it because of Kelly Bundy on the cover. And, you know, that's Christina Applegate. She does a lot of movies today. And, you know, the other cast, Peggy. I don't know if you can see, there's the whole family there. Peggy Bundy, of course, went on to voice on Futurama. She was, I don't remember her name now, the girl with the one eyeball. And who else was in there? Well, Bud Bundy, but, you know, Bud was Bud. So that's just odd that they had a Married with Children comic book. Kind of funny. A few another just one-offs that I kind of had. Was it Sonya? Red and Sonya? She-Devil with a Sword. This is probably pretty old. I think I had this when I was a kid. It was probably something my brother gave me. I don't even think I even read it. And I ended up with this other thing here, Visionaries. I think that's what it says, Visionaries. It's a weird font. Again, I think this was just one of these one-off comics that I just kind of ended up with, and it was like, whatever. As far as popular comics, also have Cloak and Dagger. I'm not really sure what this is all about. It's definitely not related to the Cloak and Dagger movie that came out in the 80s. So that's different. And I have this Alpha Flight. Again, I'm not really familiar with this one. There's probably some other comic book fans out there that know what this is. I just don't know what it is. And rounding off some of my more popular characters, Green Lantern. Kind of liked Green Lantern for a bit too. I bought a few Green Lanterns. And my other favorite was Wolverine. No comic book collection is complete unless you have at least one Wolverine. Of course, I have a few. But yeah, these were, I kind of always liked the Wolverine character. Funny enough, though, I didn't really get into the movies. The Hugh Jackman ones. I liked the first X-Men movie. I didn't mind it. And I liked Hugh Jackman's portrayal of it. But I just didn't really get into any of the Wolverine movies that came out afterwards. And they're still coming out today. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. For whatever reason, couldn't get into it. And I don't even remember why I had this. But I got some kind of crazy SpiderMan the movie adaptation. This is probably off that one with that came out, the first one that came out, the Tobey Maguire one, I think. I don't know why I have this. It's probably a promotional thing, but it looks pretty cool nonetheless. Again, I don't really. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show off some of these comics because I'm sure most of us collected a comic or two when we were kids. Whether you take it seriously or not, whether you have full-blown collection, or you just, you know, grab the odd ones and tuck them away. Most of us probably would, you know, find out that our comics are not worth much, because frankly they're not. Like, you go into a lot of these comic book stores and you see like tons and tons and tons of them, and they're not worth much. But fun to collect, fun to read, and yeah, I mean, I just stopped because, much like everything else, space. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later.